Best friends climb a 2,000 feet tall abandoned radio tower in the new thriller Fall. So let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more up and coming content. For best friends Becky and Hunter, life is all about conquering fears and pushing limits. However, after they climb 2,000 feet to the top of a remote abandoned radio tower, they find themselves stranded with no way down. Going into Fall, I was questioning how they were going to fill a 1 hour 47-minute film about two friends climbing to the top of a radio tower and then being stranded there. There's a lot of setup in the beginning of the friendships and going to this radio tower and preparing for it all. There's some jump scares in the beginning that tries to make it feel like a horror film, but it's just not working. But to my surprise, for a 1 hour 47-minute film just about climbing to the tower and then being stranded there, there's a lot that they did, and it fills the runtime nicely. Is it the best film I've seen? No. There's a certain point within this film that you act as an expert, as if you have climbed a radio tower before, and you start to question everything that they are doing. And then you start to say, well, you could have done this instead of that, or you should do this, don't do that. And you start to act like an expert. That's this film. You start to question their choices, and it just becomes laughable at times. I feel like it has a really good setup, and them climbing to the tower does produce like a lot of anxiety. I would never climb this, but once they get to the top and then they start to question their decisions and what they could do, it's developing the characters nicely and that situation. It's still providing those thrills. It's still providing that anxiety as you're watching these two at the top and questioning how they can get down. But the more that they try to get down and the more that they try to get the attention of it, the more I just do not believe that these things could actually work and that they could actually survive it. You have to suspend your disbelief several times within this movie as they are making some poor choices. And then it starts to become a little cliched and a little bit predictable. My wife and I watched this film, and there's a certain point in the film where she just told me the end of the film. Without reading anything about this film, she knew exactly what was going to happen. And she referenced another movie that did the same exact thing. Not going to spoil it, but she caught on to what was going to happen. So it becomes a little bit predictable. And the characters themselves, one of them's not that likable. The one friend who's a crazy adrenaline junkie, she's not taking her friend's feelings into consideration, as her friend had lost her boyfriend in the beginning of the film due to a climbing accident, and she immediately wants to go climb this tower. She is hanging off the edge of it all. She is trying to take pictures and do TikToks and live videos and things. She's not taking her friend's feelings into considerations, that she just lost her boyfriend and she doesn't want to do this, but she has to conquer her fear. And so several times in here we see this relationship that seems like they're best friends. The friends is not a very good friend, as she's constantly putting her into these predicaments that could end her life. And so it's very frustrating to see this dynamic that as they're trying to work together, but you just don't like one of the characters. But when we get to the middle half of the film, as they're just stuck there, you're just continuing wondering what's going to happen. And then you just play expert and you just laugh at certain things that are going on. I did find that they utilized the runtime very nicely, as they were implementing vultures or people on the ground that they're trying to get their attention. They're just adding certain things in here to fill in that runtime. I think some of it does work. There are some questionable green screen as they are hanging off the side of the tower or in the beginning of the film. It's very noticeable, and those are times that you just end up laughing within this film. But for a very simple story about people that actually do this and they climb to these towers to change the light bulb, they're trying to make a thriller film out of people's actual jobs. And you have this abandoned tower. It's very simple. They're at the top. They're just trying to survive, but they utilize the time very nicely. It does become a little bit predictable and a little bit questionable, and you just laugh at certain sequences. Doing this for Instagram likes, it's not for me, but the film explores social media a little bit and how people can help each other on social media. So Fall, not the best thing I've ever seen, but there is some moments in here that do work, and it does feel thrilling. There's a lot of anxiety within this film too, more so about first half of the film. So before I give you my score for Fall, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit the subscribe button to get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where Fall ranks amongst all the other 2022 releases I have seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm gonna go ahead and give Fall a C+. Thank you guys for checking my review for Fall. Make sure to check it out in theaters. Let me know what you thought about the film in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.